Isaac, I just wanted to ask you to compare how you feel right now this season versus how you felt maybe this time last year physically.
I feel good. My body feels pretty healthy. Nothing too serious. I mean, there's always bumps and bruises and things that happen during the first couple games that you can work through, but yep, nothing major. So I feel good.
I just kind of, I guess, adding to that, like, how much of a difference do you like in terms of your ankle and everything right now versus when you had all that hardware in there and everything?
I feel like there's a big difference. I still have pain in it. I mean, after games and after practices, it still gets a little sore, but not as bad as it was maybe last year. But I think the main difference was I was able to work out this off season. I was able to run this off season, so that just helped me, get in shape, helped me work on my craft, helped me, get better at route running and blocking. So I feel like that's the main difference. Even though my ankle, still gets sore every once in a while, but it's yeah. Um, I was able to actually play this off season, so it was fun.
After Saturday, we got to talk some one-handed catches. What's that like as a receiver? When you're able to get a paw on it, bring it in, and how do you compare yours to what Chase did?
Well, Chase's was for the win, so that's it's hard to compare. Chase's was all time. That was one of the coolest catches. Seeing that live on the field was awesome, and yeah, what a great moment in BYU history. One-handed catches, there's a good fair amount of luck involved. Uh, you kind of you practice them, but not as much as two-handed catches. But yeah, you kind of just got to put your arm out there, reel it in. Try to get the right right side of the ball. The front of the ball instead of the back. You'll never catch the back of it unless you're like Odell or something. So there's a fair amount of luck involved, but also just good timing also.
Okay, we'll go Kevin Reynolds and then Jay Drew.
Hey Isaac, I mean you talked about how much different you feel this time around, but was there ever a point for you in the recovery process, either last off season or two off seasons ago now, where you didn't know if you were going to return and play football?
Yeah, there was definitely times like that. I didn't know how my body would react to all the surgeries, and doctors give you worst case scenarios. So there's my doctor, said it was maybe unlikely that I'd play this year, or even play again. So, but I just kind of made it the goal to work back. But yeah, I was just kind of just that's how doctors are. They give you the worst case scenarios, but I knew that my body would react. I knew I had good physical therapists that would get me back, and so it was a lot of miracles involved.
Hey, Isaac, when you guys were picked 11th in the Big 12, there wasn't a lot of, chip on your shoulder or anything like that. Do you still feel like now with this 3-0 start, is that still the attitude of the guys going into the conference play?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, we don't really look into media hype that much or what the media says about us too much, but there was rumblings of how we were going to struggle in the Big 12, and we do want to prove some people wrong. We want to have that underdog mentality. We did lose a lot of good players last year, and we brought a lot of new players in this year, and so a lot of guys want to just show what they've got, show what they've been working for this whole off season, and just to show what BYU football is all about. And so yeah, we want to keep that underdog mentality throughout the whole year, and just to remember that we weren't supposed to win the Arkansas game, and there's going to be a lot of other games that we're underdogs in the future, so we want to keep that mentality.
Now, I asked Max Toohey if he's like a scoreboard watcher. Do you watch the other Big 12 teams, how they did, or where do you fall in that category?
Yeah, you look at them after our games. I kind of look at all of college football just because I'm a fan. So I'm a fan. I've always been a fan of college football, so I always like to look back and see who won, what was the score of so-and-so. Watch some games if you can earlier in the day. So, yeah, I mean, just in general, I'm a big college football fan. So, yeah, I'm always looking at scores and stuff like that.
Okay, we'll go to Ron Weaver and then Jay Catch.
Yeah, Isaac, you talked about how you guys are putting in work with Keaton Slovis in the offseason. I know we've talked so much already about one-hand catches, but when you're making plays like that and you see your teammates chase Roberts, are you surprised ever at all by that? Or you're not surprised because, hey, we've been doing this from the time he stepped on campus?
I feel like anytime you see a catch like that, you're a little surprised. It's not like you practice one-handed back of the end zone falling down, in front of 75,000 people. That's always surprising. So, we run a lot of routes, but you never really practice the hardest scenario possible in what Chase did. So it was just a fun atmosphere, and what a great play by Chase. And yeah, it was super cool to watch.
And then a quick follow-up. You said that after the game on Saturday, you had to teach a Sunday school lesson and repent. I just wanted to know how that went for you.
It went good. It was actually a lot of participation. It was cool. I feel like since I called out my Sunday school class actually in the interview saying that the last time there wasn't very much participation, they really came to play. And so, when we were, preparing the lesson, me and my wife, we had a lot of questions, but they were answering them. So shout out to my Sunday school class. They were awesome. A lot of good discussions about forgiveness, about the atonement, about 2 Corinthians. I think it was 3-7 this week. So yeah, it was good, very good discussion.
Well, I guess you can ask that for each month now when you have to teach ahead of time. But I wanted to ask you, you played a key role on both of Parker Kingston's touchdowns, the one he threw and obviously the one he ran in on that screen pass. What sets him apart as a player, in your opinion?
We all know about his speed, Parker's speed. He's very versatile. He can make plays, as a receiver. And teams got to start looking out for his arm too, I guess. That was a great ball that he threw. He was a quarterback in high school. And Parker, he really came alive this last game. It was super fun to watch. We always knew he had a lot of talent and a lot of speed, and he showed it on Saturday, and I can't be more proud than I am of Parker. It was really cool to watch.
You've been a beneficiary of some of these trick plays you have run over the years, but you also, like I said, on that touchdown pass, you ran you were the decoy in a way, I guess, running that safety off. How important is it to sell those hard on those plays?
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, if I'm not selling it or, thinking the ball might come to me, then, it could easily be covered. And, luckily they were a man team, and so that corner had me man, and I just had to make sure the safety didn't see the running back, on the other side. So I kind of got in the safety's way. But yeah, I mean, my part's not nearly as important as the throw and catch. So the throw and catch was money, and shout out to Dion and Parker for making that happen.
Awesome, Isaac. That's all the questions for today. Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.